Good morning, drone regulators. DW in your face. This is an interesting one. I've had this for a little bit, but due to moving and other things and just a lot of stress and holidays, I did not get a chance to do all my reviews for the RC Moment for this year. So I'm going to try to bang all these out by the end of the year. So this is the DWI, which I like the first part of that, DW. Just sounds good, man. This is the DWI Dowellin D7 Wi-Fi foldable drone. Comes with an awesome little case here with a zipper. I mean, this thing's actually pretty awesome. Runs you about 50 bucks. This is courtesy of RC Moment. I'm gonna go ahead and flip the lid over here. It actually looks very unique. I have to give it to it because there were some things that even the controller being small, guys, fits in my hand relatively well. I'm able to reach the buttons and they don't feel like they're too close together. You know what I'm saying? Your thumb placement's actually not too bad, man. It feels very controllable. Everything is labeled, man. I'm actually very happy with the transmitter, even though it's this small. Check this out. Most of these phones do not fit stuff. Look, I can even put a bigger phone in there. That's like a 6-inch display, and it fits right in there like a boss. So, very happy with this. Feels a little cheap, but definitely happy with it. This is the Dowellin D7 foldable drone. Very unique look. I gotta say, like, it seems like it would be pretty hard to get a prop hit by something or broken. The downside to this design is that it is going to be very difficult to change the motors with this design. So my guess is this is a very temporary drone. I don't see that most people will take the time to actually pull this apart to replace motors. So consider that when purchasing. If these are brush motors, if they fail, well, it's going to be quite a job to replace the motor. So if you can even get replacements. It is a 2-megapixel Wi-Fi 720p camera that actually is able to go up and down. It is a pinhole camera. You see a lot of the cheaper toy class drones with these little pinhole cameras. And there was another thing that I really questioned about the design of this, and I'm going to show you here. I'm going to open this, but I want you to listen to how evil this sounds when it opens. Oh, it almost sounds like things are breaking. And that's these huge plastic pieces that spring up and down here. I feel like they're not quite clearing the body correctly, so they go in pretty rough until they're broken in a bit, but oh, it just sounds like really bad. So 380 milliamp battery, 3.7 volt. Your basic functions. I believe it's 3.7. I could be wrong. I don't know if it's on the back. I'm fairly certain it's 3.7, guys. But let's take this thing out for flight, man. The app is HTC. I think it's HTC UFO. I want to say, just so you guys have an idea of the app here. It is called HTS UFO. You can download it on the Android market, and I assume Apple as well. So let me get all this set up here. I'll get the app going. We'll start recording, and I'll show you guys how this puppy flies, man. All right. Alrighty, guys. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get this set up. Remember, when you go to take off with this and get it set up, you want to have it on a level surface. So I tried to make sure I found the most level part of this trash can outside my house here, and we're gonna go ahead and close this. We're gonna turn on the bird itself. Okay, we're gonna click once, I believe. Nope, hold it down until we see lights. There we go. Now we're going to hold the transmitter down. We're going to go up and down, and now it is bound. It is ready for flight. So we're going to come into my Wi-Fi settings here, and I'm going to go to Wi-Fi. We're going to see if we can find the drone here. Let me do a quick scan. Let's see, there it is, HTCS. Okay, is it connected? Yes, it is. Full connection. All right, we're going to go back out. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the app here. HTCS. We should have FPV in a second. Sure, powered on. Excellent, I have FPV. I'm going to go ahead and put my phone up in here, and I'm going to start a recording. We are currently recording. It does not look very bad on the screen. It actually looks very clear, surprisingly. It'll be interesting to see how it does when it takes off here. So Let's get this in the air. The way you do that is you tap up once, and then you tap again, and it'll take off. So tap, tap. It has very good altitude hold, honestly, guys. It does a very good job. I can steer it with one hand comfortably. Now, while we have it up, I'm going to see, let's see if I can adjust some of the trims here. We're going to go this way. There we go. All right, now it's doing pretty good. A little bit, there it is. All right, let's see if I can fly this thing FPV. Of course someone would come like as soon as I want to start trying to fly this FPV. Let's send it out across here. I'm going to send it on a mission here. I can see. Flying pretty slow here. Oh, and off into the bushes. No, not quite as good as I thought I could. There's a little latency lag in there, man. I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, we're going to try this again here. I'm going to see if I can fly FPV one more time. So quick tap, get it up in the air. Altitude hold's working good. Let's see if I can fly it across the street without any problems. And this time I'm going to let it hover. So I am flying strictly using just the screen. There is some latency lag. It's drifting pretty bad. I can see that in the camera. I'm also losing altitude. Alright, that's good. I'm going to turn it around. Oh, too far. Too far. I'm also getting some pretty serious drift. It is flyable like this, but I've got such a wind out here today that it's just not great. It's kind of making for crummy flying. I'll go around the mailbox if I can. There we go. Strictly FPV flying here. Start a little turn. We'll speed it up a little bit here. Make sure we make the turn. There it is. Slow down. Whoa. Alright, so it is flyable FPV. There is some lag. There is a tad bit of lag. Not horrible, but it's there. So, alright, well, let's try some of these functions. I see a spin button here. We're going to go ahead and give this a shot. Oh, it rotates on its own. Whoa. And if you push the spin button again, it stops. Now, I want to say this has a return to home, and because my compass bearing was over this way, we're going to go ahead and take it out there. And I'm going to hit return to home and see what it does. Oh, I don't know what it's doing. It's certainly not coming home. Huh. Is this headless mode? Nope. So we still haven't come out of headless mode. Interesting. I don't know why return to home isn't activating. Return to home. No go. Okay. Well, return to home is not working on mine. So let's bump this into rates level 2 here. Alright, we are now in rates level 2. Oops, there we go. I don't know what it's doing. Oh, you know why? Because we were in headless mode. So I finally managed to get it into headless mode. Took a minute. But I got it there. Come on down, you. There we go. So this is rates level 2. It flies good, but as you can see, it sometimes loses altitude a bit, and then it comes back up. Depends on how quick you turn, I guess. We'll bump it into rates level 3 here. It's a little quicker. But as you can see, it's starting to dive. A little breeze takes her down. Whoa, whoa. Slow down. Interesting. But for the most part, it works great in rates level 1 and 2. Let's try some flips here. I see I have blinking lights. Hopefully that's not LVC. I have a feeling it is, though. Come on, come on. No! No! That's it. Alright, I'll check that runtime there, guys. Yo! I was doing flips with it earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and say, guys, it does pretty tight right and left flips for the most part. Not an issue. So, let's see here. Let me stop this camera. So, it is flyable in FPV. The camera actually looks pretty decent. I'll pop the footage up here for you. You know, it's a pretty short runtime, honestly. We're looking at probably about 5 minutes of runtime. I'll go back and put the numbers right below right now so you guys can see the exact runtime. But, you know, it's fun for a little foldable selfie quad. It's very stable, but as you can see, I have the smallest breeze out here today, and it is tampering with its flight. I had to adjust the trims right out the hole because it was drifting horribly to the right. And any kind of breeze on this kind of cage is going to cause it to have some instability. On a windy day, you probably wouldn't be able to fly this too much. I would say on a windy day, this is probably more or less an indoor flyer than an outdoor flyer. But it's fun. I wish it had a bigger battery, a little more flight time. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this. Oh, it just sounds like things are breaking. I think that could have been a little better design. But for the most part, pretty decent altitude hold. It flies relatively fast in rate level 3. It's a little more uncontrollable, though. I feel like there's some transmitter lag between the bird and the transmitter there. But rate level 1 and 2 are just fine. So it's a $50 price point, guys. And do I think it's worth that? Honestly, I think I would rather see this come in at more of like a $35 to $40 price point. It's just that it's not wonderful for outside use. It's okay, I guess. Let's put it that way. It's okay. It's not wonderful for outside use. I would say this is probably more of an indoor flyer. It's going to function better. The barometer is going to continue bouncing up and down when you're outside. It kind of gets a little confused with the altitude hold. Any kind of breeze will mess with it, but for the most part, it's fun. So, yeah, you know, I'm going to go ahead and say probably don't purchase this item unless you're using it for indoor use. That's what I have to say about this. It's okay for outside use, but you know, it seems to be more of an indoor flyer. Well, anyways, guys, this is the DWI Dowellin D7 drone from RC Moment. I'm Drone Worship, and I'm signing off, man. Toodaloo.